Hey guys, what's up? It's Jesse here. And this morning I was in a call with our private clients and we had a very good discussion. So I want to shoot this short video to share what we discussed so you can have some value out of that as well. So for context, our private clients are coaches, consultants, small business owners, usually like agency owners, all selling a high ticket offer and doing that through LinkedIn. So in this call this morning, we talked a lot about LinkedIn content. So they're actively posting, they're consistently pushing content, but they're not getting the results they want. So in this discussion, I went over their content, I analyzed it, I looked into the data, and I came to the realization that they're making 5 mistakes. So if you're watching this video and you're posting LinkedIn content, but you're not getting the results you want, the chances are very high that you're making one or more of these 5 mistakes as well. And in this video, I want to tackle them and show you how you can fix that so you can generate more business with your LinkedIn content. So this is specifically important for you if you're a coach, consultant, or an agency owner. So let's get started. So the mistake number one that I've seen that they make a lot is that they give away everything in the hook of their LinkedIn post. So for context, the hook of your LinkedIn post is the first 2 lines usually. And what I've seen by analyzing hundreds, if not thousands of LinkedIn posts is that most people, they are either very vague with the hook, with the LinkedIn hook, or they give everything away. So what I mean with that is that they talk about the problem, they share something about the solution, but they say so much that the reader is like, okay, cool, I've understood enough and I don't need to click to see more. So why is this a problem on LinkedIn? Well, if you understand a little bit more about the LinkedIn algorithm, you know that there is the first 2 lines and then there is a cutoff and you see the see more button. So in order for a post to be successful, people need to click see more, spend some time on the post, which is referred to dwell time. Like the higher it is, the better the post. But also they need, of course, to see the post so they can like and comment. So if you're already giving everything away in the hook of your LinkedIn post, the chances are very high that your post just will tank. You can have the best middle section, the best visual, all these things can be world class, but if your hook is simply not good enough, your post will tank. So like I said in this morning in the call, after reviewing many of the posts and just talking to my private clients, I just saw this like the common denominator that they're giving so much away in the hook. So I'm like, hey guys, do not do that. So a very simple structure that you can use as well in order to improve your hook is the first line you want to talk about the problem, the second line you want to hint at the solution, and only in the third line, which is like cut, you want to talk about the outcome. So the great thing with the hook, the thing with great hooks is that you want to open up a curiosity loop. So you need to just get their attention by talking about the problem and then hinting at the solution. Like you want to write a hook that the reader, your audience on the feed, sees the hook and is like, interesting. I want to know more, or I want to see how this works. So that's mistake number one. Fix your hook. The second mistake that we talked about this morning is that with a lot of the content I've seen, especially with my clients, but also the LinkedIn content that I see these days, is that it's not personalized enough. So what I mean with that is this. My clients, they speak a lot about them or most people. And I'm like, guys, that's third person. That's very distant. It's better to speak to your ideal client and refer to them as you. So especially if you have content that talks about the desires, the frustrations, the obstacles, the pain points, the challenges that your target audience have, but at the same time refer to them as you, very much likely the reader on the other side of the screen will be like, damn, this person is writing to me. Let me lean in closer and see what they're all about. So let me give you an example. So with my content, of course, I target coaches, consultants, and small business owners or agency owners, just how you refer to it. And I know very good, or I have a very good understanding what the pain points are. For example, I know a lot of these people, it might be you, you're posting content on LinkedIn, but you're just getting likes and comments from peers. So I know this is a frustration. So in my post, I can say something like, you're putting out content consistently, all you're getting is likes and comments from peers. You start to doubt if LinkedIn even works. But what if you change the situation, and instead of writing for likes, you start writing for leads? So I can also say like coaches, consultant, blah, 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 but now I'm specifically using the word you, because I know that if there's a coach or a consultant at the other end of the screen, I speak directly to them. So in your content, guys, you want to be personalized. You want to talk about pain points, struggles, desires, obstacles, challenges, but on the other hand, combined, you want to use the word you in your content. Try this with your next post and just see what a difference it makes, because the person at the other end of the screen, the person you're trying to reach, will feel heard and they will lean in, whether it's liking your post, commenting on your post, checking out your profile, or even booking a call, sending you a message. The more personalized and the more focused and target you can be with your content, man, that's an absolute game changer. I don't like the word game changer, but in this situation, like those little pivots can mean the absolute world. So that's mistake number 2. Speak more to you instead of them. So mistake number 3 here, guys, is that as I'm reviewing this content and these pieces, and even by just spending some time on the feed and looking to other people's content, I just came to this painful conclusion almost that most people try to look smart. And what I mean with that is this. They try to just educate their audience or their target audience on how to do certain things. And whilst that used to work, let's say back in 2023 or 2024 even, we're now in 2025. That kind of stopped working because with ChatGPT and AI and what LLM not, information and knowledge has almost become a commodity, right? Like I can write a post about whatever, like quantum physics in like 2 minutes, even though I'm not even a subject matter expert, right? So as I was reviewing all these posts for my clients and we were talking about this concept, I just saw this trend that they all try to over-educate their target audience. And I'm like, sure, that's good, but your target audience is not gonna work with you if you just give them all the information because they don't need you, because they know everything, or you overwhelm them to such a degree that they're zooming out. They might like your post, they might save your post, but come on, whoever checks the posts he or she saves on the internet, right? So whilst it's important to give some form of educational value to your target audience, don't go to the extent that you educate them and that you become this how-to blog person, like how to do X, Y, and Z. Here's are the 17 steps that you need to know, like tutorial style, right? Like that doesn't work anymore because that's just writing for likes. And I spent a little bit more time talking about this in the next point. But what you want to do is you want to use a very simple 4-step framework. You want to talk about the problem. You want to help them understand why it's important to solve that problem. You want to teach them or tell them where to look instead of a solution, instead of here's how you do it. And then the last part is you want to help them understand, you want to bridge the gap. So that's either like a call to action, to send you a message, check out your profile, to book a link, or a very simple statement that links back to the hook. So that type of content positions you as the expert you are instead of just educating. So like I said, there is an element of education in, but at the same time, you build authority and credibility with that type of post. And that's such a massive shift that all our clients make when they go through our program. And it's not just like resulting in more, in better, not even like better engagement. Actually, it's the opposite, but more leads, more calls booked, more revenue made. So for example, I also spoke to one of our clients this morning. His name is Atanas, and I think he's in the program right now for 2 months. And in the beginning, he wasn't booking any calls from LinkedIn. And this morning he messaged us and he was like, "Hey guys, this month I already booked 19 calls." Well, it's May 27th, so the month is almost done. But 19 calls, guys. He's an agency owner, so that's of course, yeah, insane, right? And all he does is he has the right content. He speaks to his target audience. He uses words like "you" and he speaks to their pain points, and he just books more calls because the content is better. He reaches out and his profile is set up the right way. But at the same time, he's spending, before he was spending like 4 hours a day on LinkedIn, and now he spends less than 1 hour a day. Plus, he gets way more results, which to me is absolutely insane. Like, he was doing all these things, but it wasn't working, and now he has a better system, and now he's absolutely flying. By the way, if you want to know more about the program we run, check the link in the description. It gets you to a page with a video where I show what we do, how we help you, and what results you can expect, and then you can easily have the option to book a call with myself to see if we can help you out. But back to the video. So we tackled 3 mistakes now. Don't give everything away in the hook. Talk to your audience as you, refer to them as you. Plus, don't be the, I can't do 3 like this. And don't be like the educator. Don't be like the how-to professor. So mistake number 4 here, guys, is that you want to write for conversations and not for engagement. So this kind of ties into point number 3, but on LinkedIn these days, it's very easy to copy all these quote unquote viral LinkedIn creators and copy their strategies and try to go for like 1,000 likes and 1,000 comments and like this massive vanity metrics. Sure, I'm not saying that virality and massive reach is not important, but it's not bringing in business, at least not for coaches, consultants, agency owners, and small business owners with a high ticket offer. What you want to do is you want to optimize your content for conversations. And that comes down to, like I said, positioning yourself as an expert that knows his or her thing very well. And you don't do that by just sharing everything, by sharing all the information. Now, what you do is you do that by just talking about the pain points, the challenges, the obstacles in the language of your clients. And this is something I advise all of my clients, is that go through your transcripts, go through your LinkedIn DMs, go through your like the objections you get in sales conversation. Use that specific language to craft your posts, to craft your LinkedIn content. And as I was like advising that to our clients, they were like, okay, yes, that's amazing. But at the same time, you just want to optimize and streamline things for efficiency, right? Because chances are that you are a business owner watching this video and not a full-time content creator. So you might now have this question like, okay, Jesse, I get that. I get that you have to talk in the language of your clients, but how do I write a post? Well, within our Authority Figures program, we help our clients build custom GPTs. So that's a feature within ChatGPT, so that allows them to build basically an AI copywriter in their business that they can use at their disposal. So before they were writing, like Scott told me, that, like another client, he told me last week, like before I was sitting down every morning for an hour with a blank page before work. I didn't know what to write. And now, as he has the GPTs in his business, he does 1 hour a week on Sundays for like the whole week. So if you're interested in that, like I said, check the link in the description, and then I can just help you. Like I can show you how that works, and if it's interesting for your business to set up those GPTs, and you can stop quote unquote wasting time on content creation, streamline the process, and also get, of course, better results in the process. So that's mistake number 4, guys. And mistake number 5, this is an interesting one because this is more of a mindset one. So most people, including the clients that I was speaking to this morning, they have this notion that the content should sell, that they should pitch in their content all the time. But the purpose of your content on LinkedIn is to start a conversation. Because in the conversation, you can do the selling. whether that's selling through DMs, what we do and what we teach our clients, or you sell through a call, right? A sales call. But still, you need to have some form of conversation on LinkedIn in order to go from post to having a conversation in the DMs to setting the call. Again, this is something that we help our clients with, but if you're interested, you know where to go. But you want to just like shift or like change your mindset around that. It's as in like, okay, before you thought, okay, I need to pitch in every post. Now every post just becomes, okay, how can you establish credibility? How can you build authority? And you do that by following the 4-step framework that I said before. You talk about a problem, you tell why it's important, you tell them where to look, and you bridge the gap with a call to action. And it can be that simple. Like content creation is a science, right? And I said this many times before. If you are a business owner, like I said, then you want to look for systems that allow you to operate your business and just use LinkedIn as a vehicle to grow your business. Like you're not a full-time content creator, so you don't want to spend 4, 5, 6 hours per day on LinkedIn trying to engage and comment and do all these things that the so-called gurus tell you to do. And then at the end of the day, the only thing that you end up with is burnout and an empty Stripe account. Whereas the people that follow this step-by-step system, the one that we provide, they're absolutely smashing it. Like one of the guys that was in the call this morning, he's a performance coach, like a health performance coach. Like he joined us last week, so he's very early on in the process. Like I think like 7 or 8 days in, he already booked 3 calls, and he was like, "Cool guys, great that I booked 3 calls, but for me, it's more important to have systematic wins and have clarity on my offer and a clarity on my positioning and all these things. And now the calls are just a byproduct of that." So to me, that's absolutely amazing, right? So where other programs just overload people with courses, information, etc., and feel overwhelmed, we provide our clients with a step-by-step, day-by-day execution plan in order to go from I have no clue how LinkedIn works, but I want to grow my business using it, to I'm booking calls, I'm closing clients, and I'm growing my business. Well, with that being said, I'll catch you next video, guys. Cheers.